You ever move into a new place and you're getting your things situated and you're all excited about being in your new place, and then, you're going throughout your everyday life, and then it hits you, you're like, oh shoot, I should check the mail. And then you go all excited with your new mailbox keys to your new address. You go to your new mailbox and you're like, yes, I'm going to go check my mail. And then you go to check your mail with your new key in your new place, and then it's mail for somebody else. And you're like, Ron Joseph? Who's Ron Joseph? You're like, hold the phone. This is my mailbox. This is not for me. Some of you, if depending on where you live, there might be a slot right there where you can just put it back in. You know what I'm saying? Some of you might need to go home and write on there, return to sender. Now, why would you write return to sender? Well, because whomever used to live there, right, doesn't live there anymore, and now you occupy that space. So maybe it's a case of somebody sent some energy that which they should have never. Foolishly, they probably should have never. They had no business sending you this energy. So you're going to politely say to them, oh, no, no, darling, this is not for me. Return to sender. Whoever sent this was mistaken. They don't know who I am. They don't know that I am protected. And they didn't even know that I knew that the plot was sent against me before they sent it. So this isn't for me. Return it to sender. So that's why, well, that is what return to sender is. It is returning energy sent for to you to sender. If you are minding your business, if you are staying in your lane, if you are doing what you need to do, and you are having spiritual attacks, people are jealous of you, envious of you, they're sending negativity your way, there are things that are stopping you and blocking you and getting in between you and what you desire, there's most likely energy sent to you. So politely send that energy back so that you can get going on your way. Now, return to sender does have this taboo. People be like, oh, don't do return to sender. And that's because this is my biggest warning. If you are not just, if you're not obeying spiritual law, if you are somebody who is scamming out here, conniving, sneaking, doing whatever it takes to get what you need to get, then no, you don't return to sender, because people are probably already doing return to sender on you. So this video is not for you. So we already took care of that. If you're still here, you're somebody, maybe you're on your job and you're up for a position, and maybe you may not be the most qualified, but you've been on the job the longest, or you've got the most experience in this field. Maybe you are new to the job, but you don't have the most experience and you haven't been there as long, but then you get the promotion. Well, there's going to be hate sent your way. Okay, I'm just telling you this because looking from the outside, me being devil's advocate, who is you? How you going to come up in this job and get a promotion, right? So people around you are going to throw some hate your way. Okay, well, you ain't got nothing to do with their issues and why they are not getting promoted, correct? You got hired based on what the job felt you fit the requirements of. So whenever people got hate for you and they come for you hoping that you lose your job, return that to sender because you ain't have nothing to do with it. You get it? You see the example? Or you take somebody like me. Here I am on the internet. This is my job. Spirit has called me to do this for a living. I've got degrees and stuff, held city jobs, employment, had benefits and 401k, but Spirit chose me to do this. Then imagine you over there somewhere doing whatever you're doing and not liking what I do and then sending me negative energy. Just know that I don't wish you any harm. I wish you the well. I wish you to go from crash out to cool, calm, collected, and for you to manifest whatever it is that you desire. But if you don't wish that for me, return to sender. You get it? Perfect. Now, why is this important? It is important because you could be out here minding your business like those two examples, and then people are just coming for you and you had nothing to do with it, okay? Now, in that energy, you want to continue on to be successful, right? Regardless of whether people like you or disagree with why you're doing what you're doing and how you got where you're at, right? Of course. So then you're going to return to sender that energy. That's why it's important. Now, I got notes down here. That's why I'm looking. Just going to check those off. Now, let's talk about different types of return to sender candles. Now, there is a 7 and 7. Now, hold on. I got my little, sorry. I got my little numbers cheat sheet here. 7 talks about introspection. Okay, so the way I look at 7 and 7 is if you're wishing me negative energy, you need to be returned it. You need to look at yourself and figure out why there is something about me or something about you. You're going to ask the people basically into the ethers, into the energy using your air magic. You're going to ask the people exactly what is it about me that you hate so bad when all I'm trying to do is live my life. That calls for introspection. So for me, the 7 and 7 is introspection. It's also a complete destroy of all things. So whatever you're sending to me from all energies, all entities, return it. If you've got a spirit or entity, if someone is working with a spirit or entity and then that spirit or entity is doing work on behalf of them against you, then the 7 and 7 is good too, because again, it's going to destroy all energies and all entities from all spaces and places and return it to sender and make them sit in introspection. Why did I send this energy to this person to begin with? And they'll probably be all messed up because don't come for me because I didn't send for you. Okay, also we have a standard return to sender. Now you may not see this that many places, okay? A specific candle that just says return to sender. If you do, this would then be a basic generic one. It's one of those at which I would work with when I want to return positive energy to people too, because it doesn't necessarily have to be negative. If people are wishing me well, they want me to succeed, I believe I'm going to send that to you. Return on to people as you wish onto them, right? So, or treat people how you would want to be treated. If you're like, yo, Tiki, you out here getting it, you being successful, you too, girl, you too, my guy, you out here getting it, you doing your thing, shout out to you. So I would say a return to sender could have that balance too. Basically a return to sender generic candle would be one that you would use when you don't exactly know, you know what I'm saying? Or if you're somebody who's maybe in television, an athlete, a content creator, if you got a lot of followers, if you work with a lot of energies and entities, maybe you want to constantly work return to sender. And that one doesn't particularly say anything in particular. It just says that whatever you wish to me, I wish to you. Okay. Then there are reversals. You might see those and they might have, I forget the deity on it, but maybe I shouldn't speak their name and I'm gonna leave it like that. But you see it with the arrow going up, an arrow going down, and an arrow going to each direction. So north, south, east, and west. That would be a reversal from all directions, covering you from all directions. This gives me the energy when you have a reversal like that, like there is a direct thing you want to get. There's a direct target. There's a direct place you want to get to, and there's some obstacles in the way. Immediately I heard like child support, court issues, or something that's beyond your control. You've got something coming up, but it's giving you got hired for a job, but you got court. So I don't know why that came up in the return to sender example in this reversal, but like maybe you want the judge to forget. Maybe you want this to be thrown out. Maybe you want the whole thing to be forgiven and forgotten and moved on and everybody wants to go in their merry way and then you just go along with whatever has already been the punishment. That's good enough and you go away with it. Reversal. Basically sending north, south, east, west, from all directions, covering all elements of reversal. If someone's sending you air magic, fire magic, if they're thinking about you, glamour magic, it's going to return. That's going to be the reversal for that from all four directions. Destroy everything would be a doom candle. Okay, so listen, check this shit out. This is for somebody who maybe does root work, someone who is deep into it, someone I'm saying who would maybe do, why does these examples keep coming up? Who is this? Maybe you needed to see this. Holla at your girl. I'm going to leave my link below. But if you got baby mamas and they're coming for you, they're hating against you, you can't get a job, you keep getting injured, you're having issue after issue after issue, destroy everything. If you feel like people are doing witchcraft against you, spell work, root work, and you ain't doing nothing to them. The same first example with the job. You got the promotion or you got hired and they wanted that position and they're doing root work against you, return that to sender, destroy everything. Cease and desist. Like, hold on, girl, I did not, what? My guy, I just got the job. You ain't have to try to, come on. You know what I'm saying? So destroy everything would be another example of a different candle you could use in the return to sender like kit or realm. Because sometimes you may not be able to have access to all of these different candles. You might find one, or maybe one works best for you. Remember, these are all suggestions. I'm just trying to put it out there so that you're aware of what's available and what you can do. Okay, these all come in different candles. I'm hearing red. I'm hearing for some black, red and black mix. If there's something in love or finances and friendships, you're gonna go with the red and black. If it's your money, you can go with green. I don't think I've ever seen it in any other color than red and black, green and black. Usually those are the thing. Now, I would question if I saw a multicolor, like 7 colors. I don't, child, if you find something like that and it speaks to you, then I'm not going to tell you to go against your intuition, but I ain't going to tell you that clover or indigo made something like that. Those are the ones that's out here in Cali. So when I was in New York, there was other candle makers. So the Botanicas might be having a bunch of colors, but use your discretion, because each color has its own meaning, okay? So I just touched the 2 that I would go to: black, purple, green and black, red and black, okay? And those would be my go-to. Excuse me. Herbs that you can work with for return to sender. One of my go-to favorites, thyme. I put that shit on everything. Thyme, wormwood, hyssop, I put that on everything too. Mugwort and rosemary. Rosemary works because rosemary is the GOAT. It goes with like St. Michael oil, Lamadama oil, meditation, oracle, protection, barriers, everything is the GOAT. So is hyssop. Hyssop's in the Bible, baby. So I don't know, what I'm saying, what you do, but what I'm going to do is add some hoodoo on it and protect myself and return the energy to sender. And then also you want to, when it comes down to returning energies to sender, so 11:45, 1 o'clock. When you want to return energies to sender, you want to call in what particular energies you want to identify, excuse me, this is a live show. What particular identity? I work with St. Michael for protection, so he is someone that I evoke for return to sender. You want to identify what energies you are calling on for assistance in doing your working. Whew. That was a tough one. Throat chakra, somebody is coming for me right now. I need to be doing my return to sender. I have my St. Michael candle right there on the altar. I'm about to light it as soon as we're done here having this little chit chat about return to sender. Okay, baby. So now I also have a petition for return to sender. I will be leaving it in the description so that you can write it down. What is a petition? A petition is basically writing down what you want. This is what I want. Think about it in court. You petition to have your money back because someone tried to scam you. You petition to have custody because someone's trying to take it. Man, these messages are heavy. Y'all need to go investigate what's going on with this child support situation. It's custody. But anyway, a petition is just something you writing out what it is that you want. So you're going to, I'll include a petition that I would write down below that has worked for me. Tweak it. Use what works. Let go of what doesn't. You do you. You let me know how it works, okay? Come back, comment, like, comment, subscribe. If you're new here, your girl, this is Tiki, where I'll offer everything always custom, never basic. And I have a wholeness community. I'm going to link that below as well, where I am actually going to be releasing this to them first. Hey, y'all. They'll be seeing it first exclusively, and then I'll be sharing it with the larger majority. So by the time you see it, you might be a little bit behind because we're still in the 8/8 portal of 2025 when I recorded this. So shout out to you wherever you might catch this in the future. But just know that you can check out tikiscustoms.com. Rituals, candle services, readings, all of that, clarity and wholeness. Shout out to the wholeness community, those who are committed to leveling up, developing their own spiritual practices, and going from crash out to cool, calm, and collected. Y'all have a wonderful day. Stay well. Infinite love and gratitude. Ashe. That's the message. Bye.